Tired of myself, tired of this town.
Eminent Waste of Time, presented by CW Motorsports, episode 91. I'm Chad, and we have
Steve Mueller.
And we also have
Garrett Hamilton.
All right, so we are mobile right now. We are
live from the mobile studio, the padded room.
The Steve Mueller mobile studio.
Yeah.
Steve has graciously given us space in his camper to set up and do all this fun stuff. And, we're down here in Davis, Oklahoma.
Yep. It's a hot one.
Yeah. I'm hoping the generator doesn't stop in the middle of this. You'll see the lights dim, and you'll know that's the generator.
Yeah.
The air conditioner kicking it back on.
So, we're out here. It's AXCC. This is technically round 5? Is that
5?
Yeah, it'll be 5.
It's round 5, but it's only the 4th round we've done.
That's right.
Yeah. So now we're going to go back a week or 2 weeks from now and get round 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's in Iowa, because Iowa got canceled due to the weather.
Yep.
Just they had like 13 inches of rain over 10 days or something.
13,
stupid.
plus there was more coming, and everything was flooded.
Yeah.
They said they were riding jet skis in the pits, so it was good. It was a good call to cancel the race. So
it would have been fine, just fine.
We could have did jet ski races. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So we got Garrett here. He's a new face. Garrett, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do around the AXCC series first?
So obviously, first year AXCC. One of the big things that I, strive to do is promotion.
Okay.
I'm a photographer full time. I do video production as well, but what I do for AXCC is photo coverage.
Yeah.
Steve is one of my faithful customers as well.
Victims.
He's he's a faithful victim. Steve raced in the UTV class, as probably most of you know. I cover both days. ATVs from the little kids all the way up to the full-blown pro class.
Yep.
ATV and UTV. We're doing photo coverage for Dirt Nation. And that is our outlet. Used to be called ATVriders.com.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That site is still active, but we are channeling everything to Dirt Nation.
They're being rebranded as that, I
yes,
suppose?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good to know.
Exact same owner, Harlan Foley.
Yep.
Has owned ATV Riders since the dawn of time, basically.
Yep.
And now it's Dirt Nation, so that way, honestly, we can cover more than just ATVs. We can go shoot a dirt bike race if we want to. We can go to a torque truck race or something like that.
Yep.
Even like an Ultra 4, if they want coverage, we can, offer that service up for those, different types of events.
Yeah.
Essentially. So, but for AXCC, ATV, UTV photo coverage is what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's good.
And right before this, you were doing a photo shoot, I think, an individual photo shoot, were you?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I do pretty much everything. The only thing I don't advertise for is newborn photography. I kind of...
Steve's got a newborn somewhere.
He does.
Yeah.
Steve is a guy that he could twist my arm to do it, but it's something where I don't purposely advertise to do it. I leave that up to the people that specialize in that sort of thing. But I do.
It's funny you mentioned that because we had some done, and it was expensive, very expensive. But I think I kind of learned why is like newborns obviously can't regulate their body temperature, so the photographer put a heater in there and brought the temperature up of the room. Like we were dying and sweating.
Oh yeah.
But she went that extra mile.
That's why you don't do it, right?
I'm telling you, I sweat when it gets above 70. So.
Oh man,
the same way.
The 90 would just kill me. I would have to charge extra for it.
It was just interesting, to see the environment and how she went about it doing and everything. It's like, okay, I understand now,
How were the props? Did you have a bunch of different fuzzy props and everything?
Yeah, she had
and stuff.
It was like a beanbag chair, and then she would put little blocks in under the cover, to prop him and hold him, and it was she had a pretty good little setup.
It's cool, man, getting photos, of your kids like that though.
Yeah.
That, obviously, you got your iPhone and that sort of thing. But
yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's have someone else professionally take the photos.
Yeah.
That way you guys get to kind of look back. You get to relax a little bit. You might sweat a little bit during apparently, but you get nice photos afterwards, and you're gonna cherish it forever.
Well,
essentially, so.
People look at it, and I have camera gear. Garrett and I are talking about it before, and some sound gear and stuff like that. And I don't claim to be the best at it. He is far better than I am.
And there's way better guys out there than me.
Well, you're the best in the room so far. So how's that?
Okay. I appreciate it.
But everybody says, "Oh, my iPhone it'll take the same megapixel shots." It's not the same. It just isn't the same. You don't get the depth of field, and I know some people don't know these terms that we would bring up, but you just don't get that same class polished feel of a photography session or a professional photographer as you do. I snapped a picture on my iPhone. Will it look okay? Yes. And I look at it like an iPhone or something like that works in a pinch to capture that moment when no one else is around.
Right.
But when you want that lasting memory captured of a newborn or your race season, and a lot of these guys, Steve, and pretty much everybody here, you get a ton of money invested in these kind of things.
Right.
And we'll get to what you charge here in a minute, but it's a nominal fee based on the amount of money that you've invested in. If you want to capture that memory and look back on it fondly or remember all the struggles you went through, it's well worth it to me.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, that's really the big thing that I preach, and that's why I do what I do. I mainly shoot weddings. That's really my big thing. I love shooting weddings. And I think, honestly, the biggest driving factor behind that is you get one shot.
Right.
Hopefully. You get married once. Hopefully you get married once, and you get one shot, and I do not stop the procession as they're coming down the aisle at me. A lot of guys or gals out there or whoever will stop someone. Oh, let me get a nice photo. I don't want it to be an interruption to your day whatsoever. I want to
just want to capture it as it happens.
Correct. Yes, I'm a photojournalist, so I want to be a fly on the wall. I don't want to interfere or anything like that, and basically, potentially ruin your day, and that sort of thing. That's the very last thing that I want to do.
You're trying to capture it as natural as possible.
Correct. I want to see how it unfolds and just capture how it is.
Right.
That's right, and I think that's really the driving factor behind it for me is seeing people be absolutely delighted with the photos afterwards. And they're just pumped with them. So that's really, it warms my heart for it too.
So you said you do wedding stuff, so I have to ask because I'm curious. I've never done a wedding, and I have zero desire to do a wedding. I'm good with UTV stuff because if I screw it up, whatever. I mean, I know most of these guys.
Right.
Do you have like a horror story from wedding photography? Like one that sticks out anyway? I mean, it may not have been that bad to, let's say, the bride or groom, but something that just went all wrong with you maybe or whatever you
dropped the camera in a lake.
Honestly, you don't have any wood in this thing, do you? Because I'm gonna knock on some wood here. I honestly have never had something incredibly bad or terrible happen like that.
Yeah.
I've had a couple bridezillas, as they're called, but it was over very nominal things that were like just little oversights.
Yeah.
And it was instantly corrected with just a simple question.
Oh, okay.
We fixed it afterwards, or
okay.
Little things here and there throughout the day. My biggest thing is the timing schedule. Yeah. I will tell you, I've never been to a wedding where it was dead on the schedule.
Oh, they never are.
Placed. So, unfortunately, that then cuts into my time to do photos with them and that sort of thing, which is totally fine. I've learned over the years to work fast,
and
do certain setups properly and just get them done.
Yeah,
so.
Front load what you can, and then capture what you have to right after the ceremony. We'll say, yeah. I've ran a lot of sound for weddings and stuff like that over the years, and I had one where they wanted the bride and groom. I wasn't involved in it so much, but they went to 3 different locations to do pictures after and had everyone waiting at the reception for like 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Oh, no.
I was
a little rough.
Yeah. Nobody was happy there.
No.
So.
I mean, hopefully the bar was open at that time.
Yes, it was. So around here at AXCC, at least what I see that you do, you go around and you take pictures of guys, and kind of like with Steve, you basically have a deal set up with them where there's a set fee, and you make sure that they are on your list of people to take pictures of, so that they can have picture records of each event that they traveled to and how they did, and kind of try and capture them and capture that moment of racing for them.
Right.
So kind of explain some of what that involves, the pricing and stuff like that. I mean, it's as much advertisement for you as anybody else, but this is kind of a new thing for me. I didn't know that even that really existed as far as the things that I've seen as far as photographers is they take mass amount of pictures and sell them as an individual picture at that point. But your kind of business model is a little different.
Yeah, I think it's completely different. I remember back in the day, the very first motocross race I ever went to was in High Point, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
This is ATV motocross I'm talking.
Yeah.
When John Natale was on that Bling Star all blacked out Honda 450.
Yep.
When the 450 first came out, way back, I'm dating myself here, way back in the day. I think it was 06. Not that old.
You're dating yourself. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Go ahead.
Fair enough. But that was the very first time that I went to a national, and I saw 2 photo booths set up, and they were selling photo prints individually for, I forget the price.
Yeah,
$10 or $20
a piece or whatever.
like that. It was a nice 8x10 print.
Okay, so you got prints with them.
Yeah, you got a print. And unfortunately, I love printing.
Yeah.
However, by today's standards, day and age, it's the iPhone generation. It's the iPhone times. Everyone wants to post their stuff on social media,
right.
Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, all that sort of stuff. And I've seen what people want to do and what I do myself, and I want to post my work out there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
People want to share what they've accomplished that day, like instantly.
Right.
So if we can get someone a photo within a few hours of the race ending, or even that night or the next morning, they can instantly share their results with the world.
Right.
They can share it with their sponsors. They can share it with their friends and family. And it gets them a way to kind of relive that moment almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
And that's why I do my photo packages the way that I do them.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, like Steve can kind of attest to this. I gave him a deal just because he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to be at every single race.
Yep.
I want you to do photos for me every single race. I know you're going to be the guy to do them.
Yep.
And, okay, here's my standard price. I'll take a percentage off. Boom. Done deal. He's like, all right, perfect. Sounds great.
Yep.
And I get a lot of pictures. I think last race there was probably 70-some pictures or something like that.
Or something like that.
They were good. I can't complain one bit. Yeah. I like it.
And I certainly appreciate your business. And
absolutely.
The reason why I do it that way is just because, I like certain things, the look of the photo and that sort of stuff.
Right.
As do you.
Everybody has their preferences.
And he's not a photographer, but he likes a certain look too.
Yeah.
With it. So I give you a whole mess of options to choose.
Different areas, different,
right.
Depending on what the track layout has, just different spots and different things that could be happening in the track.
Right.
Jumps and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And you might not like a certain corner, but I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be something I post where you don't post it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like to give people options. That way you're never kind of painted into a corner you can't get out of and you don't like it.
I've even used them to I think it was actually the last race. There was you were in one of the high speed corners, and I was actually zooming in on your photos to look at what my suspension was doing in the corner. So that was really cool to be able to have that, because sometimes we just don't know. You know,
right? It's funny you bring that up. Actually, I've done a lot of TT flat track, ATV racing, and honestly, that's the number one thing that I hear from guys. Is they want to see what their bike is doing in the corner. Mm-hmm. You can see it in video, but then in the video you got to slow it down to kind of check it out or freeze frame it or whatever. The photo, the cameras that I'm shooting with now, they do 10 frames per second. So in any given corner, I can get 10 to 30 photos potentially.
Right.
So you can kind of go frame by frame and see how the suspension reacted over certain things, and honestly, it helps your setup game afterwards.
It does, absolutely. On an average race weekend or AXCC weekend, how many pictures would you say you take in a weekend?
Take a guess. Okay, so we got 2 days, right? So we got youth all the way up to pro class. And that's about a 12 to 13 hour day, roughly. Say you'd, okay.
Is this a trivia question, Chad?
No, this is not. That's
okay,
coming.
say it's a 10 hour day. But I'm going to have you guess. So there's 2 days.
Over both days? Is that
over both days?
Okay.
I will both guess, actually.
Okay.
I'll say
Garrett.
I'm going to take a guess at maybe almost 12,000 pictures in a weekend.
Well, he's shooting.
I'm going to guess.
He's shooting up there.
I'm going to guess 2,500.
You're both a little bit off the mark, but you're way closer.
Yeah.
If this was Price or Right, he would have been sent back to the crowd for sure. He would have went way over.
You were closer to 5 or so.
You at least got below it. Yeah, it's in the range of 4,200 to 6,200.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Just purely because, I try to capture the photos of people that I don't necessarily know as well. Inevitably, someone's going to come up to me or send me a message on Facebook or whatever. Hey, did you get this guy? And he'll send me a photo of him on squad. And I'll be like, hey, let me check.
Yeah.
And honestly, the way that my brain works is that I need to know what I'm looking for. So if you can send me a photo of you with your helmet and gear on and the quad that you raced that day, I can instantly find you.
See, I have the hardest time. I don't take near as many photos. Garrett definitely focuses on photos, and I do more video.
Right.
It's what I do. I think I'm better at it. I don't know that I'm good at it, but I'm better at it.
Right. You like it better than the photo side of stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So we don't overlap at all, and I don't feel like we step on each other's toes. No. We see each other out there, and I take pictures of him and give him a hard time, but that's it.
He always catches me on my phone at least one time. And to my credit, if anyone did see that photo, I was setting up a Facebook Live feed.
It was just funny. I forgot where I was going with that now, but we're going on.
You were saying you like the video side of it.
I like the video side of it, but being able to have that freeze frame moment of the photo can be so much better than the video. I mean, I use the camera that we're filming on now, and I have another that'll do 240 frames a second, so you can really slow that thing down.
You trying to take pictures of lightning over there, or what?
Yeah, you can. But
super slow-mo.
Yeah. But having that picture where you can analyze frame by frame and see exactly what it is from a picture which is crystal clear at that point can sometimes be much better. I mean, it's very good, and it's not only that, like we were talking about, that capture of time, it's also setting up your machine. Oh, I didn't know that, it was reacting this way, and for a suspension guy, it can help a bunch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys probably remember the photo I posted from Loretta Lynn's of the wheel coming off.
Yeah.
It blew off in the corner.
That was one of my favorite.
You got to insert that in here.
Yeah, I'll try and find that and insert it.
That was an epic picture.
And I can send you those too. But that photo, basically, you could literally see the bearing separating. You could see the
ball bearings.
And the ball bearings flying through the air.
Yeah.
And to that point, that's where the photo is different than the video.
Right.
Because of the resolution.
Yeah, I would never catch that. I just know I never would.
Like 24 megapixel camera, I shot that on. I zoomed in basically as far as I needed to go, and it never lost the quality, the resolution that I needed for Facebook.
Awesome. Right.
Now, if I wanted to go print out a nice big 20 by 30 print, I probably couldn't do it. But Facebook, totally fine. It was cool because I did that little photo series, and you could see that wheel just blowing apart, and it was
like,
pretty
it's
cool.
fine. It's something's wrong. That's not right. Everything has gone off the rails.
Yeah.
Things are flying everywhere.
In my mind, that's one of those once-in-a-lifetime things where you just happen to have all the focus right. You're pointing the camera in the right direction at the right moment, and it happened right in front of where you happen to be standing at the right moment. And
I could have been looking anywhere else, potentially, maybe following the guy in front of him or something.
Right.
Or picking my nose or something. I don't know. I might have
setting up a Facebook Live on your phone.
Yeah, that's correct. That could have been happening too. And you just miss it. So, I mean, really, that's the big thing. And right place, right time. Ken Hill. He's the guy that shoots ATV motocross.
Yeah.
With Harlan, he's been around for forever. Everyone in the motocross community will know who Ken Hill is. But that guy will catch every single crash on the track that happens somehow.
He's just there.
I'm eternally jealous of him for doing that because I can't catch a crash to save my life. So.
I always see him, but I have my camera this way, and I'll see it out of the corner of my eye.
Right.
And out of stupid instinct, my camera stays here, and my head turns and sees it. And I'm like, well, I caught it with my eyes, but that didn't do anybody any good.
Nope, it doesn't help out anyone else's memory to do that.
No, it doesn't. So what do you charge? What's your standard rate as far as, and what can people expect? Steve said he gets quite a few pictures, but I mean, how many pictures would someone normally get? What would you charge them? Do you do any other series other than AXCC? Just kind of give us the rundown on that.
Yeah. So I try to keep it really simple. I basically have essentially 3 price points.
Okay.
And they vary depending on the level that the person is racing. So a youth racer, anywhere in that 50 cc range, up even to like the small...
Flies are attacking me over here.
I was wondering what was going on. Anywhere in that 50 cc youth range, I'm charging $50 a race.
Okay.
And I'm going to be out there from the start of the race to the end of it and get you on the podium too.
Right.
I'm going to follow you the whole time pretty much. I'm going to be shooting other people while we're out there, but I'm going to be trying to get different angles of view on different parts of the track the whole while. And with those races, obviously they're going a little bit slower, but they've only got 30 minutes to be out there.
Right.
So I try to buzz around as much as I can.
Yeah.
Right.
You got a sweet quad out there.
I do. I just bought that. It's a 2019 Can-Am Outlander 850 XT.
Can-Am.
Pretty quick. A little bit quicker than a Polaris. It may or may not break down, though, on the way to go do something else. So.
Okay.
I don't have as many buttons as you do.
Steve's got mega buttons everywhere.
Well, if you didn't have to take pictures of me, I would have you in the passenger seat, but...
One of these times.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll
you going to Heartland?
I'll be at Heartland.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got to take pictures there, though, too.
All right.
But we can figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
All right.
One of these days.
Yeah.
But For youth, I charge $50.
Okay.
You can do PayPal or cash or check or whatever you want. PayPal's super easy.
Right.
Again, digital age. Send me a PayPal link. It's a piece of cake.
From my phone, send you $50, whatever. Yeah.
Right, and you can come up to me that day of the race and say, "Hey, I know we've never met before. Here's my son or daughter. I'd like to have you take photos of them."
Cool.
And I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah.
I don't, shove you to the back of the list or anything like that, and you get put on the back burner. You're going to be on the list, and I'm going to be out there looking for you.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So, youth is $50. I charge $75 for any of the other ATV classes.
Okay.
UTV, I start out at $100.
Okay.
And then UTV Pro, I usually charge $150.
Okay.
So, in a case where someone may want, multiple rounds strung together, I'll give you a deal,
right.
For that. Or if you got, say, 2 or 3 people on a team,
right,
and you're all racing the same class or whatever, I'll do definitely a package deal for you.
That's kind of what I did. As I was like, hey, can you do it for the rest of the season? And it worked out great. So.
Right. I mean, and it's helpful for me to know that you want the photos. That way, we're not trying to track each other down the whole time.
Sure.
And I just know you're going to want them. So
and you already know what his machine looks like, and you kind of got that.
I'm the slow one in the back.
Now, I know some people are thinking, and it's going through their head, we'll say for like the Pro UTV, because we kind of base everything on this show around UTVs,
sure.
$150 a round, that's a lot. But in my mind, I've already justified all of this.
Right.
So all the people that I've ever seen that sell photographs individually, they normally start at around $10 a piece, and that's the cheap side for like a small local series. And then they go up to around $25 a piece, and that same thing, just a digital copy.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Then let's assume that quality is all the same and everything else.
Yep.
If Steve's getting even 50 pictures, and he says
call it 50. Yeah.
The value is insane there for him.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
if you just do the math on it and break it down.
I'm not that good at math.
I'm not either, so I won't attempt it. But
that's millions of dollars.
I can't even spell it.
Essentially, okay. So you say you saw someone that's selling a photo for $10 for one.
Right.
So he gets 10 photos for $10, or there's $1 a piece.
Right.
But say for instance, I charged him $100 and he gets 75.
Yeah.
That's dirt cheap compared to if you were to go out and have to stand there in the hot sun and try to pick out one photo, and your wife or girlfriend sitting there, oh, let's go, we gotta get going, we gotta drive back 4 hours to get home, yada yada.
4 hours, that'd be nice.
Exactly. The kids are screaming, the dog's in the car yelping, all that sort of stuff, and you have to make a decision right on the spot. I mean, that's aggravating to me. It's
right.
That's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
So if I can just charge a flat rate, you're going to get 50 to 75 photos.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good value, and you can do whatever you want with them, basically.
Right.
Don't sell them to GQ magazine or anything. Preferably contact me first and let me know ahead of time. But social
Steve's
media.
been contacted by GQ many times.
I have. Yeah.
What about Muscle and Fitness? That's what I was thinking.
I can barely fit in this shirt, so Dad Bod Magazine it is.
Muscle and Fitness is
Dad Bod Magazine. We need to start that.
There you go.
Is that out there? Have you seen that yet?
I don't know.
We need to start that.
I think we could all be in that.
Oh, I'm in it.
Okay.
I'm in it. We need a trifecta cover. We can take an awesome selfie for it.
We could get that, yeah.
I know also kind of going along the price, too. For those that don't know, where do you come from or where do you live? Because that was kind of the thing that I thought about. I was like, man, he's traveling all this way, following us all around. Think about you're in a hotel this weekend, all the travel expenses and everything that goes along with it. That was the other thing that I kind of thought about, too. I was like, think about his side, too,
right. Fortunately enough for me, and I'm going to put this right out there, Andy Kiner, Tracy Kiner, seriously, the nicest people.
Oh, they're great
that
people.
you'll ever meet on this planet Earth in general that I've ever met. They graciously do cover our hotel.
Oh, cool.
For the events, it's part of our thing.
Yeah, you get pictures for them, too.
Correct.
So it's kind of how the deal you've worked out with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're all about making deals,
Right.
We're here to help each other out, try to promote as much as we possibly can.
But you're here to make money, too. I mean,
Correct.
I get that.
It's we all run businesses.
Right.
So it's part of that deal. So, fortunately, my hotel I don't have to necessarily pay for. However, I've got fuel in the car just like everyone else does.
Yeah.
And all the expenses, food, drinks, that sort of thing. And it just, it adds up. It's all part of the deal.
It's a real cost for you.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not like
Not to mention the equipment itself.
Sure, yeah. And we could talk for 3 hours on the equipment. You know how that goes.
Sure,
but,
yeah.
It's expensive. Basically, how I equate it to most racers, because they come up to me and ask, hey, how much does that camera cost? Or what do you have in that thing? Yada, yada. And It's basically equivalent to a Pro-Am level 450 quad.
Yeah.
It's...
And if you drop it in the water, you are in serious trouble.
Right. I can't, I don't have insurance on it per se for that. I've got insurance, don't get me wrong, but not that I want to wait around for months on end to get it taken care of, because we know how those insurance companies are. So I try to baby it as much as I can at the racetrack, because, I could have a wedding, which I do. I have a wedding next weekend that I have to go shoot with that same equipment.
Right.
So I have to try not to destroy it while I'm out here. Mm-hmm. So it's, it's an expense. You just have to, account for that sort of thing.
Right.
And honestly, I try to keep my pricing as fair as I possibly can. And that's why I love making packages for people. If I give you a price, you're not happy with it, I'll say, hey, what are you comfortable with? Yeah. I'm totally fine with that. And I know people have a budget, as do I. And I have no problem. I call it wheeling and dealing. Right. That sort of thing. So yeah. I'm totally cool with it.
No, sure. I completely get it. And I agree. Everybody's in business. You're not in it just to make money, but you have to make money or you won't be around to be in business anymore.
Exactly. So that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's something that I think, if you're a plumber and I came up to the plumber and was like, you said, oh, it's going to cost you, $1,000 to fix your plumbing problem that you have. And I was like, that's too much. I'll give you $100. That doesn't even cover.
You'll get an awesome quality job there.
Yeah, right.
You may end up with more problems.
I can tape some McDonald's straws together and get you water flowing through there. But
Billy Bob's Plumbing. We got this. Right. $100.
So I don't know if I avoided the question there that was asked. I forget what. Where
are you come from?
Right,
where do you live
from? So I've lived in Missouri for the last 2 years, but before that I've lived in Western New York, and as you know, New York is not Missouri, cheap, and it's not cheap. But it was a hell of a long drive to get pretty much anywhere. So I live right near Columbia, Missouri currently, and this race was slated for 7.5 hours between hitting traffic, fuel stops, pee breaks, that sort of
crazy
stuff.
Guys hitting you at toll booths.
Crazy guys stalking me at toll booths without photo evidence, apparently.
Yep.
It took in the 10-hour range.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a stressful day trying to get there and that sort of thing. So it's just, it all adds up. For sure. Right. But, so it was 10 hours to get down here to Oklahoma. Yeah. So not just in the back lawn at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
No, and you travel all over for it.
Yeah, we're covering every round.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky and they're close, but more often than not, they seem to not be for everybody,
Sure, yeah, exactly.
For us, I don't know how far, it was like 11 hours from your house, but I drove 3 hours before to get there.
Yep.
So,
I
was 14 hours on the road, plus we had a blowout, and you know how it is.
That always hurts for sure.
Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. But, it's one of those things. I think people see a photographer out on the track, and they don't necessarily understand why someone would charge $10 for a digital something because, like, well, they already have it. It was, quote-unquote, free to them.
Right.
And I've heard that more than you've heard it,
really?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you anything, It's like, but it did cost you to get here. It did cost you to travel, to, have your family here. It is actual work. You're out there getting sunburnt and baking in the 90-something degree sun.
So I'm still sweating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
that air is not circulating back here.
Residual hotness, I know. Yeah. I'm cooking right now. I've been out there since, 8 a.m. And to be honest with you, it's not really so much about the money side of it or the covering costs aspect of it. I love shooting motorsport stuff. I've been doing that since 05, and I grew up with a dirt bike track right near me, Miles Mountain. It's in Elkland, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It's just like it's mainly a dirt bike track, but I grew up and I would beg my parents to take me there on the weekends. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I just want to go watch. Like, I want to be in that environment.
Right.
So I've always had a passion for motorsports, and I think I just transformed that with photography. I used to race.
Yeah.
Got hurt a few times, sold the machines off, that sort of thing. Then got with the cameras. And
it's a little bit safer. Sometimes not so much.
Yeah, slightly safer.
They get kind of close sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the other aspect of it. You just got to pick your battles out there on the course and play it safe, basically. But like I said, it's really about my passion for it. And honestly, if I wasn't making any money out here, I'd probably still, go just to watch and that sort of thing.
Right.
It's a lot of work taking photos all day. I probably wouldn't do this as much work as I am now to try to help people out. But
I completely get it.
I just love racing, and it definitely kind of ties them together. It goes hand in hand.
Yep. You mentioned something that brings up a good question. What's the most sketchiest or scariest moment you've had out there getting pictures? You any close calls of getting hit, or have you been hit?
We actually were shooting this morning on the little kids track, and we took a little corner, and there was a gigantic rattlesnake right in front of us. So that was pretty sketchy. Nice. But other than that, nothing in AXCC has really been a big a scary moment for me so far. However, I was shooting Redbud Supercross, or not Supercross, motocross.
Yeah.
Back in let's see, when was this? 3 years ago.
Okay.
And they all come through the whole shot. The one guy got bumped a little bit, and he hit like a little kicker on the outside of the course. And I ducked, and literally his back tire went right over top of my 70-200 lens. That was he jumped right over top of me. And all the photographers were safe in this little corner. He just happened to just kick just right and just literally ramped over top of us. So, I mean, it can be sketchy for sure. But
I've been hit by more peewees than I could count.
Yeah.
They'll run you over.
They know the skinny pedal, but not the brake pedal.
Yeah. I've come really close to being hit by side-by-sides, but none of them ever try to. I'm not saying.
You're just trying to get in the action, that's all.
I'm right up there.
You got to get that shot.
Probably too stupidly close, but whatever. I mean,
you got to get that shot. And honestly, I think that's why I really like TT racing.
Yeah.
Is because those guys are so precise with their machine because they have to be.
Right.
To stay in that groove. Mm. And, they have, comes to mind, Pine Lake in Ohio.
Okay.
I think they're racing their 50th year anniversary race this summer. But they've got huge excavator tires set up in the infield. And my favorite thing to do is get down inside that tire and get this super wide angle shot when they're coming around this one turn before they hit the bull turn.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. It's like I got my own little bubble there to protect me.
You're like Iron Man.
Right. You feel protected in it.
And I got this armor. I'm good.
It's pretty cool. So, that's always fun. But no, fortunately, no sketchy moments here in AXCC. It's been pretty clean so far.
So tomorrow we'll see if we can't fix that for you.
No, hopefully not. Yeah. We don't want to run them down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a thing here, and Steve says he hates it, but I think he actually does like it, is we do trivia.
Oh, boy.
And it's random trivia, and I will be the first to admit most humans don't know this stuff.
Well, I won't feel too bad when I fluff it up then.
No.
I'll bomb it even worse than you, so don't worry about it.
I'll try not to look at the answer on your phone.
He's good at hiding it.
It's like poker over here.
It is. All right, so we got 10 questions.
Is this for both of us?
Yep, both of you will answer. We'll start with you, Garrett.
I got home court advantage, though.
Run down.
You get to go first, and then I go second.
Do we hit a buzzer to...
No.
Okay.
No, it's just to see if you can get it. Not who's the fastest. If you can get it, I'm impressed enough.
Perfect.
I'm still trying to get him to allow phone a friend, but he won't do it.
This must be tough. Yeah, I need three choices.
I don't even
Multiple
do choices.
Multiple guesses.
All right, question number 1. This one's not bad. What culture invented surfing?
Hawaiian.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not politically correct if that's not PC, but I'm going to guess.
It's all right. We'll go with it.
I'm going to go Mexican.
Is Polynesian, which the Hawaiian people are of Polynesian descent, so we'll give it to you. It's close enough.
Oh, man.
Beginner's luck. I was going to bomb it.
Beginner's luck. Beginner's luck, for sure.
Question number 2. Due to lava flow, how much does Hawaii grow per year? So, the volcano is very active over there, and it's constantly kind of flowing lava. And it grows at a certain amount, and this is in acres. So how many acres per year does it grow?
I was going to do a percentage.
This is easier. You can pick a number.
I was going to go feet.
Acreage. 27 acres per year.
Okay.
I'll say 5 acres per year.
42 acres per year.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Yeah. That's a lot of acreage.
That is.
Okay, here's my question. Is that acreage livable?
Normally, no, because the lava stone is so brittle. If you build anything on it, it crumbles.
Right.
And it doesn't make good foundation. So.
True.
Makes
Fair
sense.
enough.
There you go. All right. Question number 3. Ranger 7 was the first U.S. spacecraft to send back pictures of what? It's obviously in space.
Time frame?
No, I'm not even going to give you that.
Phone a friend. Ranger 7. I am not a space nut at all.
Is this from Fuzzy?
No, it's not. This is just... I come up with all these. That's a crazy thing.
Pictures
Pretty much like all the planets have been around for a long time. So
yeah. Well, you're a photographer. You should know this.
You want to go first? I've been going first. You go first.
I'm gonna go a picture of Uranus.
That's not bad.
Okay.
Bad option.
It goes along with the road trip down here,
Yeah,
though. The
Uranus
Uranus
fudge.
Fudge
True.
Factory, and
Oh yeah, that's a Missouri thing.
yeah, you know all about this.
That's what Missouri's known for. Is
Yeah.
well, Uranus fudge packing. I'm going to guess a black hole.
The moon.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Ranger 7 was the first U.S. spacecraft to send back pictures of the moon.
Wow.
Okay.
What year was that? Does it say?
I don't remember
Oh.
off the top of my head.
That's why he couldn't give it.
Before
Yeah.
I was born, I think maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I don't remember.
It was before you were
it was
born.
it was a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 4. Who created the cartoon character Bugs Bunny?
His name's probably right on the opening credits.
It is.
What the heck is it?
I can't remember who created Bugs Bunny.
I only have one name, and I think it's Roger something or other.
Okay.
Walt Disney.
Oh.
No, it is Tex Avery.
Oh, Tex
Now you guys remember seeing
yeah,
it, don't you?
yeah.
Avery. Yep, you're right.
I haven't seen a Bugs Bunny
Terrible.
anything in a long time.
No.
Okay. Question number 5. The movie Reservoir Dogs. So, have you seen that?
That's been,
No.
Been a while?
I'm not a movie buff.
Okay, I'm
either.
not particularly either. But there's a female singer discussed at the very beginning of the movie. Who do they discuss? It's a real life female singer. So,
Beyonce.
okay.
Madonna.
You are correct. It was Madonna.
Oh, dang.
Yes! I finally get an internet point.
One internet. They're imaginary.
So we're
internet
tied.
Points.
We're tied right now.
Yeah, that's true.
We're tied.
They aren't worth anything. and-
Oh, shoot. All right.
yeah. So, sorry.
One. We got a running tally. So you've only ever had one?
No,
Oh,
he's
no,
got-
Oh, okay. I was like,
That's
good
part of
grief.
the other part of this. He doesn't keep track.
Oh.
No.
So
The points are imaginary and no one
Well, I'm
keeps
doing
score.
just as well as he has ever done then.
Yeah,
so that's
pretty
good.
much.
As far as
I think you probably average getting one right per 10.
yeah, it's about
Probably about
yeah,
what you get.
1 out of 10.
it's pretty good.
All right, question number 6. In the computer world, what does DOS stand for?
Oh no.
Steve's in IT.
He's an IT.
So if he gets this wrong, that makes it even worse.
That's negative
You're
2
gonna-
points.
You're gonna say it. I'm gonna slap myself. Something operating system. I don't remember what the D stands for.
I have no clue.
You're not even...
I was going to guess some sort of development operating system or
Okay.
DOT operating system, something like that.
Okay.
Duh operating system.
Yeah, it's duh.
Disk operating system.
Disk operating. That's right.
There it is.
All right.
That's
Back when you
right.
had the floppy disk.
The floppy disk.
Yep.
I actually used to have, this is dating myself, I had a 12-inch floppy disk. Did you know those even existed?
Ooh,
No.
that's impressive.
They went from 12s to 8s to then down to the 3.5s. And they were hard disks.
How many
at that point.
megabyte was that?
They weren't megabytes even, they were kilobytes
Oh,
at
wow.
the time.
like 312.
Yeah, it was something stupid small. The
128.
very first thumb drive I bought was 128 megs, and
Yeah.
it was like $100 and something dollars at the
Yeah.
time.
Fun
Yep.
story. I was digging through some old photo stuff, and I have an old, when I shot Nikon back in the day, it's the first thing I started out with. I have an old 512 megabyte C-Flash,
Yeah.
C-Fast card, or not C-Fast, compact flash card.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And back then, man, that was all you needed was 512 megabyte.
Yep.
And you could take, I think it was like 200, 300 photos, something like that.
Yeah.
And now, that's like 4 photos on my camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On the raw file.
It's funny you mention that because in the Black Hawk helicopter, we have an onboard computer system, kind of like the AIM. It
Yeah.
measured, all the vibrations and all the stuff, and it goes on with those little compact flash
Wow.
cards still
Yeah.
today.
Yep.
So that's pretty funny.
Not a lot of data there, apparently.
Nope.
All right, question number 7. Which country invented the sauna?
I'm going to guess Oklahoma. No, I'm just kidding. That's not my answer.
What country?
What country?
They've perfected it, maybe.
I know this. You
Okay.
go. I think I know it anyway.
You're going to guess that anyway, whatever. it is.
Africa.
Africa, okay.
Sweden.
It's Finland. You were very close. You were very close.
Why did I say Sweden?
He's trying to beat me.
Oh, man.
You were so close.
Hey, I was at least on the same continent.
Well,
All right, question number 8. Kansas City is built at the intersection of what 2 rivers?
I know one of those rivers.
Okay. But you need to know the other.
I didn't know the other.
Kansas City.
Yeah, it's a city.
Missouri? This one's all you. I don't know. I don't even have a guess.
I know one of those is the Missouri River. The other one, I don't know the name of, but I'm going to guess it's the Platte.
It is the Kansas and the Missouri River.
Well, that was my secondary guess, but
he's sneaky about this stuff.
I forgot where the Kansas actually was. But yeah. Dang, man.
You could have got that.
I got half a point.
Obvious, but wasn't there.
Still failed. I would have been kicked off from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire either way.
Okay, question number 9. Whose tombstone, so this is a person, bears the inscription, "That's all, folks"?
The only thing I can remember is Porky the Pig saying that in Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Yeah. But whose tombstone? So it's going to be
Walt
a person.
Disney?
Okay, Steve's is Walt Disney.
I'm going with it again.
Okay.
I'm going to go Tex Avery.
Okay. It's actually Mel Blanc. He's the voice of Porky Pig.
Oh, okay.
That's
yep.
You're close on the Porky Pig. You just didn't know who the person was.
Yep.
All right. Question number 10, last one. The Pope is guarded by soldiers from what country?
America.
Was that America, or did you just say America?
America.
Both.
Yes.
I'm going to say France.
It is Switzerland.
Switzerland.
America.
Why Switzerland?
I have no idea.
Interesting. Well, I fail again.
The U.S. gets involved in everything, so I just figured,
It's not a bad route to take.
No, yeah, I agree.
Honest.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We want to say thanks to our title sponsor, CW Motorsports, and also thanks to TGM Off-Road, Spangs Fab, and Watch Communications. If you guys are looking for us, you can find us on YouTube under Eminent Performance. We are on Instagram at Eminent Racing and on Facebook at Eminent Racing. And you can find the audio version of this podcast on Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Podcast Addicts. See how I just rambled through all that like I know something?
That was good.
So where can everybody find you, Garrett?
You can find me. I do have a website. It's GarrettHamilton.com, and my first name is Garrett, spelled correctly. If you see it spelled anywhere else, that's incorrect.
Yeah.
But it's GarrettHamilton.com, and on Instagram, Garrett Hamilton Photography. You can find me nice and easy on there. You can find me on my Facebook page as well, just searching Garrett Hamilton Photography as well. If you have any business inquiries, or if you just want to be my buddy, you can add me or follow me on there too.
Yep.
So, yep.
And he's got a lot of neat pictures, even if you guys just follow him on Instagram or Facebook and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Check him out. He's got a lot of neat pictures. You can get some good examples of what he does out there.
Yeah, I try to post my best work out there for people to see. I try to pick out my little my golden nuggets from each event and post them up there. That's my favorite. Once again, going back to that whole thing, he might post something different than I might post, and you might post something different too. So we all like different stuff, and I just try to share my favorite things out there for people to hopefully enjoy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come
Thanks
on
for
here.
having me.
Yeah. Yep.
It's fun.
No matter how many photographers you have in the same room, thanks for riding along with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Talking to yours, Garrett. Make sure you're good.
Test. Mic check 1 2 1 2.